Welcome to week 5. We're going to be talking about phonological awareness this week. If you're at the agenda, there are a few things to print out that'll make life a little easier, and they are tab 7, which looks like this, and it has standards from kindergarten and first grade already on it. We'll be looking at phonological awareness this week 5, this next file. And that looks like this, and it goes on to page 2. These would be a lot to draw, so printing would make your life a lot easier. We also have this umbrella and raindrops, which I have a picture of mine here, and that also looks like this, and the individual raindrops. So print that out. And then in class, we're going to use this bottom one. And that looks like this. So that will print it out and bring to class. All right, so let's get started with today's topic. So you can watch this presentation, or you can also watch and open up the PowerPoint on your own. So let's get started. So phonological awareness. These are our objectives. So we're going to be mostly working on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in homework, and the other ones in class. So let's get started with objective 1, which is what is phonological awareness. I want you to notice that it says page 49 in your notes. Take notes on this slide. Slide 4, 5, 6, and 7. So pause, read and take notes, and then you can start again. Okay, now that you just took a guess on these questions, what do you think? Look on the next slide for the answers and check how you did. If you get it wrong, no big deal, fix it. But I'd like you to add the little part underneath it, why. Okay, when you're ready, go on to the next slide. Otherwise, pause. So now we're going to be talking about the second objective, which is pronouncing and identifying all the consonants and vowel phonemes. We're still on page 49. I'd like you to go back to thinking about oral language and the stages of oral language. It was kind of written across the top. And to think, how do children learn the sounds, the phonemes, the sounds in their language just naturally? How does that happen? Put your answer down and then move on when you're ready. We've talked about this in class. You probably already know it, but jot it down one more time that we put sounds in between slash marks. That means sounds. Okay, next, on page 50, I'll let you just read this. And like it says, you're going to cut out and you're going to look at these areas of the mouth, take notes, especially this part about unvoiced and voiced. Pause so you can take notes. Next, if you look on the chart here, it says I've changed these to not be international symbols. Put this in your notebook and compare this chart with the one that has international symbols on the next slide. For example, you'll notice under dental and fricative, there's a theta. And that's the international symbol for the TH. Now compare what letters are missing. What letters sing the alphabet song, take the vowels out, but what other letters are missing? Pause. So we found out that the C, Q, and X are missing from this chart and the one that I made a little easier for you? Why? Why are they missing? Think back to what we learned in class. Why would they be missing from the chart? Pause. When you're back, okay, we're here and we're going to look at Objective 3, identify the consonant phonemes that might be confusing. Please read the slide, take notes, pause. Okay, you should have added some guesses to your notebook. Why might these be confusing? They share articulatory features. For example, the bilabial, the P and the B, share articulatory features, meaning they're made around the same area of the mouth. Why would that be confusing? Say those sounds. Say the T and the D in the alveolar, or the K and the G in the velar. Why are those confusing? And why does a teacher need to know this? Pause, think, add your notes. Okay, you're back. Let's look at this objective now, the vowels. There's so many vowels. We have 18. Take notes, read. I want you to look at like this long A and all the different ways you can make a long A. All the ones in the boxes are the sounds of vowels in English. This one on the top is called a schwa. Okay, we also have other ones on the bottom. You should see a lot of familiarity with the letter tiles in the app that we use. So look around, take notes, and see what is interesting and see if you can say all those words. When you're ready, go on. So the last one here is we're going to talk about some phonemes, some sounds are not written transparently. Read and take notes on page 52. And then add some words that might not be as transparent. Pause. When you're ready, go on. Here we are at the last slide. This is something for you to print and make on page 53. The raindrops on page 2 of the handout. This is the handout and how you're going to turn it into your notebook. These raindrops here go into the cloud and we'll put names on them in class. That'll match here. Okay, so make this. I also have a picture in Canvas of what this looks like. When you're finished with that, stop, and then you can take photos and submit those. Thank you. Have a good weekend.